How to identify toxic people in your life. A comprehensive guide. This is what some people in my school call me Iniv at school. Sometimes when I hang out with my friends, I get criticized for some things I'm used to. I sometimes try to argue back, but they manage to twist my words around. There are a lot of people like these in the world. Some I call them toxic. Some might just not recognize them. Are these people worth friends with? I am not here to complain about my life as much as I want to. I'm here to talk to you about how maybe toxic people can change through my own journey. I have learned that anybody have the ability to grow and be someone they want. I will start by sharing to you 6 type of toxic people I learned about. The first one is the energy genoa. They are exhausting to work with, drain positivity and optimism, and it can be very distracting. Next is the fake complier. They say things and think bad things about you, but on the outside they might say really nice things and for your own. Next is the pessimist. They only see bad side of it, bad side of everything. They can ruin emotions and sometimes they refuse to change. Next is the criticized. Similar to the pessimists, they also say unsportive things, and they can purposely do things even if they recognize it. Next is the victim. They act innocent and guess, and everything they do is for attention. Lastly are the manipulators. You probably see them wrong all the time, however, they're very hard to recognize and they're really good interesting situations and are making obvious threats. But you just can't do anything about them. I wanted to make this speech at first to help the people around me recognize the toxic people in their life. I wish by making this speech, I can help people that has once faced things that I have also been through. However, as time passed, as I did more researchers about toxic people, I learned that perhaps I can fit into one of the categories. It was hard, the selfization, but it also helped me to become a better person myself. However, what led me to this person? What led me to being a toxic friend? Well, I guess it all starting 6th grade. At the beginning of 6th grade, I had a friend called, let's just call her Jenny. I was really close to her. Every day I would spend time with her. I would hang out with her every day and I just ignored basically everyone around me. And even although there were some flasks about her, such as criticizing her own art just to get attention, I decided that this is her and she's my friend and I cannot betray her. However, as time passed, I started to get tired of those behaviors and started talking to someone else. That's just Sophia. She told me that she disliked Jenny a lot as well, and while since knowing that she also disliked her, I was like, okay, there's a friend I can talk to. However, there was this one day something that have never imagined happened. I was caught to the middle school director's office because apparently I was sending threat messages to Jenny. I didn't know what's going on. I just thought, oh okay, someone might be coming up with things about me. However, it was not until after I stepped out of that office I learned that Sophia had betrayed me. She told me that she had sent her all our messages to Jenny. She told me that she actually did not dislike her as much and that she chose to send those messages because she said that what I was saying she disliked. Now, from that day, I changed. That was what led me to become a toxic person. For me, that betrayal meant so much to me. I decided that I cannot let myself be vulnerable around the people around me. Again, I needed to be stronger. However, the way I became stronger was not the way I intended. Going back to my original goal of making this speech, I have something to add to it. It's self-awareness. As I research about the things I'm going to talk about, I learned I became self-aware about the things around the things I have been acting like you. When you first start doing that, it might feel really bad. However, later on you might realize it's good. It's a good change. And even if you're not ready for it, you will be as you learn more. I want to end with something I thought about while doing the research, and this don't expect others to change for you. Learn how to be a gift person for yourself. Thank you. Toxic relationships can infiltrate our lives in subtle ways, draining our energy, undermining our confidence, and negatively affecting our mental and emotional health. Toxic people often create unnecessary stress and conflict, leaving us feeling emotionally exhausted. Whether it's a friend, partner, colleague, or even a family member, it's crucial to recognize toxic behaviors so you can protect your well-being. But how do you identify the toxic people in your life? This guide will help you spot the signs of toxicity and take steps to distance yourself from those who negatively impact your life. What does it mean to be toxic? Before diving into identifying toxic people, it's important to clarify what being toxic actually means. Toxic individuals exhibit behaviors that consistently harm others, whether intentionally or unintentionally. They may manipulate, criticize, belittle, or control those around them to maintain power or feed their own insecurities. Toxicity can manifest in various ways, from outright abuse to more subtle emotional sabotage. While everyone has bad days and moments of negativity, toxic individuals consistently create problems and contribute to an unhealthy environment. The key difference is that toxic people make you feel worse about yourself, while healthy relationships are uplifting and mutually beneficial. Signs of toxic people in your life. Here are some common signs to look out for when identifying toxic individuals. 1. Constant criticism and judgment. Toxic people often mask their insecurity by tearing others down. They may criticize everything you do, whether it's your choices, appearance, or beliefs. Their judgments are often delivered in a way that makes you feel inferior or incapable, and instead of offering constructive feedback, they focus on what's wrong with you. This constant negativity erodes your self-esteem over time. 2. Emotional manipulation. Toxic people are often masters of manipulation. They may use guilt, fear, or obligation to get what they want. Common tactics include playing the victim to elicit sympathy, gaslighting, making you doubt your own reality, and using emotional blackmail to control your actions. These behaviors create an imbalance in the relationship, where your feelings and needs are disregarded. 3. Lack of accountability. One of the defining characteristics of toxic individuals is their inability to take responsibility for their actions. They rarely admit they are wrong and will often shift blame onto others. If confronted, they may become defensive, lash out, or refuse to acknowledge their role in conflicts. Over time, this lack of accountability creates a toxic dynamic where you may feel you're always at fault. 4. Playing the victim. Toxic people often position themselves as perpetual victims, even when they are the ones causing harm. They manipulate situations to make it seem like everyone is against them, and use this as a way to avoid responsibility or gain sympathy. This victim mentality is often used to manipulate others into feeling sorry for them, which keeps you trapped in a cycle of emotional caregiving. 5. Controlling behavior. Toxic people may try to control your actions, thoughts, or emotions. This can manifest in obvious ways, such as dictating who you spend time with or what you wear, but it can also be more subtle, like manipulating your emotions or pushing you to conform to their ideas. Over time, this control can erode your sense of self and make you dependent on their approval. 6. Lack of empathy. Toxic individuals often show little empathy toward others. They may dismiss your feelings, act indifferent to your struggles, or even exploit your vulnerabilities for their own gain. This lack of empathy makes it difficult for them to form genuine connections, and they often fail to provide emotional support when you need it most. 7. Constant drama. Toxic people seem to thrive on chaos and drama. They may instigate conflicts, blow small issues out of proportion, or create unnecessary tension in social situations. They tend to drag others into their personal conflicts, leaving you feeling stressed and overwhelmed. If you need feedback, they focus on what's jealousy and envy. Jealousy is another hallmark of toxic behavior. Toxic people often feel threatened by others' success or happiness, and may go out of their way to undermine or sabotage those they envy. This jealousy can manifest as passive-aggressive comments, backhanded compliments, or even direct attempts to belittle your achievements. 9. Inconsistent behavior. Toxic individuals can be unpredictable. One day they might be kind and supportive, and the next they are cold or aggressive. This inconsistency keeps you walking on eggshells, never knowing what to expect from them. Over time, this can create anxiety and leave you feeling emotionally drained. 10. Manipulative communication. Toxic people tend to communicate in ways that are manipulative or deceptive. This could include twisting your words, making backhanded comments, or giving you the silent treatment as a form of punishment. Healthy communication involves honesty, openness, and mutual respect, but toxic individuals use communication as a tool to control or belittle you. Types of toxic relationships. Toxic people can show up in various forms in your life. Here are some common types of toxic relationships. 1. The toxic friend. A toxic friend may constantly bring negativity into your life, criticize you, or only come to you when they need something. They may disregard your boundaries, take advantage of your kindness, or make you feel guilty for not prioritizing them. True friends offer support, encouragement, and respect, while toxic friends drain your energy and diminish your self-worth. 2. The toxic partner. In a romantic relationship, a toxic partner may exhibit controlling behaviors, manipulation, or emotional abuse. They may belittle you, make you feel unworthy, or create a dynamic where you're always walking on eggshells. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, trust, and open communication, whereas toxic relationships are often marked by power imbalances and emotional harm. 3. The toxic family member. Toxicity can even come from within your family. A toxic family member might criticize or judge you harshly, make unreasonable demands, or create a toxic atmosphere at family gatherings. They may disregard your boundaries or use guilt and obligation to control you. While cutting ties with family can be difficult, recognizing and setting boundaries with toxic family members is essential for your mental well-being. 4. The toxic colleague or boss. In the workplace, toxic individuals can create a hostile or stressful environment. A toxic colleague may undermine your efforts, gossip about you, or create unnecessary drama. A toxic boss might micromanage, belittle, or exploit their employees. It's important to set boundaries in the workplace and avoid letting toxic behaviors affect your performance or well-being. The impact of toxic people on your life. Toxic people can have a significant impact on your mental, emotional, and even physical health. Over time, the stress and negativity caused by toxic relationships can lead to symptoms of anxiety, depression, and burnout. You may find yourself feeling emotionally drained, constantly second-guessing yourself, or withdrawing from activities and people you once enjoyed. Toxic relationships can also affect your self-esteem and confidence. Constant criticism, manipulation, and control can make you question your worth and capabilities. You may start to believe that you are the problem, especially if the toxic person gaslights you or plays the victim. In some cases, toxic people can even affect your physical health. Chronic stress from dealing with toxic relationships can lead to issues such as headaches, insomnia, and weakened immune function. The emotional toll of toxic people is real and can have long-lasting consequences on your overall well-being. How to distance yourself from toxic people. Once you've identified a toxic person in your life, the next step is to distance yourself from them. Here's how you can begin to take control of the situation. 1. Set boundaries. Establishing clear boundaries is crucial when dealing with toxic individuals. Let them know what behaviors are unacceptable and what you will no longer tolerate. Be firm and consistent in enforcing these boundaries, even if the toxic person tries to manipulate or guilt you into compromising. 2. Limit contact if possible. Reduce the amount of time you spend with toxic people. This might mean limiting phone calls, texts, or in-person interactions. If the person is a colleague or family member and you can't completely cut ties, try to minimize contact and keep interactions as neutral as possible. 3. Seek support. Dealing with toxic people can be incredibly draining, so it's essential to surround yourself with supportive, positive individuals who uplift and encourage you. Talk to friends, family, or a therapist about your experiences, and don't be afraid to ask for help in navigating the situation. 4. Don't engage in their drama. Toxic people thrive on conflict and drama. Avoid getting drawn into their games or trying to fix their problems. Stay calm, remain detached, and refuse to engage in their manipulative tactics. The less energy you give to their negativity, the less power they have over you. 5. Practice self-care. Prioritize your well-being by practicing self-care. Engage in activities that make you feel good, whether that's exercising, meditating, or spending time with loved ones. Focusing on your mental and emotional health will help you build resilience against toxic influences. 6. Consider cutting ties. In some cases, the best course of action may be to cut ties with the toxic person completely. This can be difficult, especially if the person is a close friend or family member, but your mental health should always come first. Cutting ties may be necessary to reclaim your happiness and peace of mind. Conclusion: identifying toxic people in your life is the first step toward protecting your mental and emotional well-being. Toxic relationships can take a toll on your confidence, happiness, and health, but by recognizing the signs and taking action, you can begin to reclaim your peace. Remember that you have the right to set boundaries, limit contact, and prioritize yourself. Surround yourself with people who support and uplift you, and don't be afraid to let go of those who don't. Your well-being is worth it.